Okay, hey guys, how we all doing this fine day? I was going to say evening, but I realized that we're different parts of the world, and so what might be evening for one, it might be morning for the other.
I'm doing great. Just woke up, did some editing, and then it was time to go live.
You just
Just woke
No,
up,
no, 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 no,
goodness.
no. I was saying I did some editing, and now it's time. Not just woke up.
Okay, I'm thinking like goodness, it
No,
should be like okay, okay, all right, okay. DJ Stevie Street, how are you doing?
we can't introduce the podcast like that, Namdi. We can't. Can we just say she just
Oh,
woke up? Good evening, all. How are you all doing out there? That's the way. That's the way. We're cutting it close.
uh,
We're cutting it close this evening, especially you, Namdi. Cutting it close.
Cut Nicholas. Okay. Okay, I can start again. All right, Stevie, how are you doing? How's it going? And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
go
It's
back
just
to the
been
day.
another normal but busy half a week of work so far. It's going good. How are you doing?
Yes, doing well, doing well. Derek from Minneapolis, welcome from the Twin Cities, St. Paul's. So Day, how have you been? So for those who just came in and heard you said just woke up, let's just rewind.
yeah. So today I woke up, I did some editing, and then one of my lovely supporters, Laster, bought me a DJ board. So I've been trying to figure out this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
oh
my
my shirt,
Wow.
goodness. Okay.
girls.
Okay. We've got some of our hardcore, not hardcore, I won't call that our oh goodness, our I don't even know how to describe
Our
because these are not just
staunch regular viewers, loyal viewers.
community. Yes, our main community viewers. Yes, hopeful. She said she's done her homework this time, so she's gone through the album, and we've got the UK R&B answer to. Do we say I'll be sure, or do we say Anthony Hamilton? We've got Mr. Colin Mills in the house, all the way from the Midlands, and we've got M Mac, our class
Hold on a
prefect.
minute.
You know,
Mac, can you confirm? I get a guy called Mike emailing me all the time. Can you confirm it?
no, that's Big Mike. That's Big Mike.
Is that Big Mike? Is that the same guy as M Mac? Am I
Yeah.
getting mixed
No, 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 no. Big Mac is different. Big Mac's different. He came. Yeah, M Mac's different.
up? Right.
We got
Okay.
Chim Beats in the house.
Chimney.
Yes. So M Mac's different. Yes. So I hope you guys have um, listened to the Surrender album, and because I would be honest, I've done this for more than 2 years, and this was probably my hardest album to review. It was my hardest one to review. Sorry, but that was just getting the camera straight. It was a beautiful album, but it was very difficult because some of the songs, I was just listening to the songs. I want to say, and Max say not for him,
Okay.
but yeah, for me this was difficult. This
So
was a
talk about the
challenge.
emails,
I was like,
not the album.
oh, not me. Okay, so yeah, so this was a challenge for me. A day. How did you find listening to the album and then trying to rank it?
Oh, I agree. I agree. It was so hard. You know those scenes in the movies where they're writing something, they ball it up, they throw it in the trash, and it's a bunch of it's like heaps of trash. I messed up so many pieces of paper trying to get this list right. Even down to the time where it's time. I'm just like, it's so hard. Every single song I love. I want to put every song in number one, but I can't. It was hard. That's how you know they did an amazing job. That's how you know it was
Yeah.
a job. Yeah.
Tim B says he's been listening to this album almost every day for the past 30 years. I found it difficult. I found that I haven't heard it, but I will check it out soon. And that's Colin. No, I found it difficult because I was surprised how well done the album was. I found how many songs it was a mix of SWV in some cases, and I just didn't understand listening to this album why Warner Brothers dropped the ball. This should have been a double platinum album, but
Mhm.
it baffles me. Stevie, how was it for you listening to this album and trying to rank
You
them?
got to remember when this album came out, I was about around your age a day, 21, 22. This was big album for me that year. A lot. If you were buying these R&B albums in '95, this was a big album that year. You played this from start to finish. You know, you was out.
Yeah.
You probably heard "Get Up on It" on the radio, on the pirate radio stations. There was a few club nights that would play. What was the lovely thing? "Lay My Body Down." They were getting played. I heard them in clubs. So that year, I mean, it was also the year of sex ballads were a saturation. So if you were a young guy, dare I use this word, horny, if you were a young horny guy, oh my God, he said the word horny live on YouTube. Oh my God, he said the word horny. Graham, that Stevie said the word horny live on YouTube. You can't say it. I've said it. So there you go. So
Okay.
this album was
Stevie, are you okay?
it was everything, you
Okay,
know.
you lost me there. I think you lost me there. I wasn't sure. Okay.
So, like I say,
Okay.
sex ballads in '95 was a saturation. So this
Mm.
really it went right into it. It's very of its time. I mean, I listen to some of the lyrics now, licking you up and down. It's a bit cringe now. It's like you're not go to some girl now and say I want to lick you up. You're just not gonna do it. You might have done in the
But
'90s,
that
but
was
not now. You know.
yeah. It was, but I would say we had artists like Adina Howard. We had but mainly she was mainly one of the main female R&B singers who was singing sort of explicit songs. As Kut Klose came from the Keith Sweat camp, so they had Silk, Freakery, so it was the same. So for Keith, it was like, yeah, let's go this direction because you weren't getting many female groups or artists doing this type of stuff. What R. Kelly was doing, what H Town were doing. H Town were associated to Luke, Two Live Crew, so they went that direction. Um, so, and they came from the yeah. After that, Twisted. Twisted was probably Cube's biggest track since "Make You Last Forever," and
That was a
that
year after, wasn't it, than this album? That was
no, it came up the year before.
Twisted.
I think
No,
Twisted.
Twisted was
Yeah, I think.
96. This was 95. You're thinking about Get Up On It.
Let me see.
Get Up On It was 94. This album was 95. Twisted was 96. Listen, mate, you're talking about my club years. I remember it like today,
Okay,
mate.
nice.
You know, I remember it like
Okay, then
yesterday.
okay.
These are my big club years.
Maybe.
Like a day's going out now to interview Karen White and doing this. She's doing what I was doing all that back then.
Okay. But Chimbeach, you're right. The production of this album was insane. They had some really heavy hitters, and I've gone through it here. Apart from Keith Sweat, but they got to Eric McCaine from N Touch, and Keith had his own studio, and he had a very rich sound at this stage. Because just after this, he came out with his as Stevie says, his album, which had Nobody and Twisted, and they had very similar sounds as well. Yeah, Levon had a beautiful voice, even though Athena was the main singer, and Tabitha did a lot of the writing and stuff. But for a day, when did you first get a hold of this album and to listen to? And
I think I discovered Cut Close as a preteen, just like every other group or song I discovered. My impression was that they were beautiful group. I remember trying to look for more songs, like as in more albums, and I could never find anything until I grew up and realized,
Hmm,
oh, so this is what happened behind the scenes as to why I can't find another album.
yeah,
Amazing sultry voices, music
yeah.
videos, and I got the chance to see them this year actually in concert, and they sound amazing. Yeah.
Oh wow, where did
I
you see
saw them when I
them?
was in Chicago this year, earlier this year.
Okay, who were they on
Oh, it was
with?
a lot of people. Adina Howard was there, Sunshine Anderson, Michelle A. Brownstone, 702. Every,
Stop it, please stop it.
everybody was there. Kelly Price, everybody
Yeah,
was
but
there.
Stop it a day. Stop it.
that is how it is. That is how it is. That, but they have these concerts with like 10 acts,
Hmm.
and then you still see them and
Yeah.
stuff. I am glad that they are getting some shows, and they're really working hard. The When I interviewed Tabitha during the
Hmm.
lockdown, um, Tabitha at that time they hadn't connected. Keith had just said, there was still friction with them and Keith. I think subsequently, Keith has reached out, but he still will do shows without them, even though Twisted and Get Up on It and Nobody all cut really cut close songs, and he should really have given him some space, but you know business is business, and sadly loyalty does not always last in industry. But they've made up their peace. They still call him their father in the music industry, and the doors are still open. But sadly, as you said, second album, they were in the studios with Missy Elliott. They were in the studios with the Neptunes, um, but when they were trying to make sure that the business was right, that they were duly compensated because they signed a 7 album deal, and they gave up their publishing for $1. So they really they really wanted to redo things, and unfortunately, because Tabitha put the group together, she was seen as a troublemaker, and she heard on the Atlanta radio, "We're looking for a new member for the group Cut Close, so call in, send in your demos." And she was like, "They're trying to replace me."
Hmm.
And so legal battles and stuff. So they went through a lot before they can get out of that contract and reclaim the name. So sadly, it didn't end great for them, and I don't know why. This was a beautiful album. This sold well. They were mainstream R&B group, but I have no idea what the politics were. Why they just didn't push them and give them that second album. Yes.
I mean,
All
even then,
right. So
before the internet, I knew nothing about that. All I thought in
yeah,
94, 95, 96, Cut Close were up there because I was hearing them everywhere. I've seen the records.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I did wonder as we got into 1998, you think, what happened to him? Where is that
yeah,
second? But you just didn't know, did you?
yeah. No,
The
none of us knew. None
magazines,
of us
I
knew.
was buying like music magazines, and they weren't reporting about, contract issues or anything like that. They just did album reviews, so you just didn't know.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't say anything because what they don't want to do is if they were to report this, if they were to report this back in the day. Let me just say hello to Last Exit to Brooklyn. Glad you can make it. Playtime, welcome, welcome,
So
welcome.
Playtime are
Um,
actually real. They're not an AI group, are they?
They're real. They
Have
are
you
real.
actually seen them a day? Are there
Yes,
actually going
yes.
to
They're like my little brothers
How
now.
many is there of them?
How many are they?
Yeah, in the group.
So far, it's like three right now.
And how old are they, would you say? What age
They
range?
range from like 13 to 19.
From 30, listen,
wow.
you, to the 13-year-old, you can't be going on record singing, I might be young, but I'm ready, because that's what you're singing in your new. You
Sounds
can't say
crazy.
that.
Yes. They sound so good.
I might be young, but I'm ready. Ready for what at 13? Come on.
Don't worry, we will get playtime
Definitely.
on a live, so that yeah, we'll get play we'll get they will set it up and we'll get them on a live, so we can feature you, probably get you singing and
Wow.
showcasing,
Oh, lip
and so
sync.
people can
Yeah,
know what.
yeah.
Yes,
Them
They're
sync.
definitely young then. They're
yes,
definitely young and ready.
They're young.
yeah,
Let's hope they
we'll
sign the
get
right
them.
contract, Namdi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
definitely.
Amazing.
um But Chim Beats has mentioned it, plus Last Exit to Brooklyn. I would say that this was a well produced album. The what did you make of? I'll start with you, Dave. What did you make of the production?
The production meaning like the beats, right?
The
or
beats,
how
the
it's made up.
sound,
Now,
the right,
okay.
yeah, just the music, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very with them. It's very theatrical. I think a lot of the songs do have the same sensual, sexual vibe, but I love it still. It's also like about love in a sense. But I think the beats are
Mhm.
so just. I don't know what y'all were doing back then to make the beats feel like you can actually feel the beats, but it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know what type of
Yeah,
magic was happening, but love it.
I would
Love
say that 90%, well, maybe 90% of the your producers and artists came from the church. Tabitha's dad was a bishop.
it.
He had his own church in Alabama. So she left. So they all of them came from the church. All the producers came. So this is spiritual music and singing combined. It's just that they changed. They had a different lyric that they
Hmm.
sang. So it was connected. I think when with music now, we're getting producers and young kids who are just programming and not connecting spiritually to the music like
Hmm.
that, and so that's why we're not connecting to the music. But back then, as I said, all of them, Stanley Brown, who did I'm Dreaming, Christopher Williams, Ellen Minute, all the guys from Black, they all were church people. Today, Big Bob, all of them. And that was the vibe, the spirituality that flowed through their
Yeah.
music. And so that's a mask. Coco, all of them. Yes, so that's why. That is the reason why we're not. The music isn't really touching the
Hmm.
same way, because those musicians and stuff aren't there. Okay, so we will go. We will go. We will go. We will go from our number 11 down. Now, number 11 is a remake of "Get Upon It." Although the song title, it threw me as well, because I'm thinking it's called like you've never been done, which is apart from
Hmm.
that. Um, yes. So, Stevie,
Well,
what comes in
I'll
it?
skip number 11 because spoiler alert, I've paired the remix and the album mix together. I just thought put both together in the top 10 because I didn't know he was going to start from 11. So when you've both done your 11s, I'll
Okay.
get to number 10.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So, Dave, what makes number 11 for you?
I actually put the Get Up on It remix for number 11. I think that the original version just puts it out the water. It's number one champion. I wasn't. I mean, I think also because I'm so used to the original song. When I heard the original, I'm like, oh, I don't think I needed this, but it was good though. It was good. No hate. Love it still, but
Yeah.
I wasn't my thing.
Yeah. I guess you said that was true. I did like it, but my number 11 was "Sexual
Mm,
Baby," and wasn't too bad, but it was, um, as I said, I think maybe 11 and maybe 11, 8, 11, 10, and 9. I could have a little difference as to they went as my favorite, but the rest, it was hard to push things around. But yeah, "Sexual Baby" was number 11 for me.
Wow, interesting.
Yes. Um, I like the remix better than the original. That's what Hopeful says. Yeah, I guess that, and that's the thing is with the um, do do do. I always remember. Yeah, "Sexual Baby" is a fill on the album. I always remember when R. Kelly did the Bump and Grind
mm.
remix. Um, that was the song that blew his career up. I mean, and this was a nice remix, but it didn't add to
To be
the
fair,
original.
I heard that I heard what it sounded like in a club Namdi. It was towards the end of the night where you're slowing down, you play a few slow jams, you put that on, the bass comes out, and that beat, you'll change your mind, mate. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
big,
I'm
mate.
sure.
He's big.
Now we are reviewing an album that's 30
Yeah.
years old. So if I was jumping into the club tonight, I probably may have a different feeling. But based on the fact that I'm driving and then listening and then absorbing, I think yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, Jay
R.
R.
Kelly mix.
Kelly. R. Kelly is mentioned. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, what what is that? Is that a no or what?
I don't know. Hey, We're talking about R. Kelly, so
as Therese said recently, he is the king of R&B. But Jaden jumps over
yeah.
to it. Yeah. But
The
anyway,
king of
Stevie,
R&B.
number
He's not.
10
He's not
for
the
you.
king of. He's not the king of knowing how to treat women, though, is he? Anyway, let's move on. Number 4. No,
10.
yeah, but it's number 4 on this album. The track that I'm going to pick. I'm just seeing who it's wrote by. Oh, interesting. Right,
Eric McCaine.
I've kind of picked
and
the least. I like all the tracks on the album, but if I had to start at number 10 with the least played, it's probably Do Me. And a few people have picked that as well. Do Me is probably one of the least played tracks on the album, but I do like it.
Okay. And that was produced by who did the
At least the
production?
lyrics, well,
Deepak.
some of the lyrics that you sing, you think there's no way girls are going to say that. They might think it, but they're just not going to say it. And I'll leave it at that. You know, Do Me is one of them. Do Me is one of them tracks.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Hopeful put Don't Change at number 10. All right. Dave, what did you have for
10.
for your number 10?
I have Sexual
Yes.
Baby for number 10. I think that
Okay.
like a few of the other songs I favor more so than this one. What I look for when I listen to their album is what makes me feel like I like or surrender or one of their songs that we love, and this just wasn't high on my list.
Yeah, that's why I put it at number 11. It was the least favorite. Okay, my number 10, and I'm just double checking here. Yeah, it was the very first single on the album. That's "Lay My Body Down." I think I was disappointed that it was the first song you get when you listen to the album. And maybe because I was listening to it continually and it starts off the album and I'm thinking, oh man, but the better, stronger songs. So it's and I'm reviewing this album after listening to it 20 times over the past week to be fair for this. And as I'm listening, I'm dissecting and removing and pushing around. And so from as of today, Lay My Body Down was number 10. Nice song, but I think I think it reminded me of so many other tired type of productions, and it just didn't stay the test of time. If I was reviewing it 20 years ago, probably would have been much higher.
Wow,
Yes.
I'm stunned by that, Namdi.
Wow.
I shouldn't be, because you do this every week. You always do it. I think, what is he doing putting that like number
10? What's at number 9 for you, Stevie?
The thing about this track is I can be really into it, and then other times I find it a bit boring. I don't know what it is. It's one or the other. It depends what mood I'm in. But I've gone for Don't Change at number 9. And I can't explain why it's at number 9. Maybe it should be at number 8. I'm not sure.
What's the difference between 8 and 9?
The only reason I put
Unless it's
8,
1 and
8
2.
is because of the production. The production, I like the production on it. But number 9, I just think there's some. The production don't grab me and Don't Change. I like the chorus, but there's just something about the production just doesn't grab me.
Okay. You got M Max supporting with that. Oh, yeah, okay. What about you, Dave? What did you put? What came in at number 9?
That's crazy because Don't Change is at my number 9 as well. It's really my number 9 as well.
Hopeful had Get Up On It at number 9. Wow. Don't be mad. Okay. What's my number 9 here? Yeah, number 9 for me was Like You've Never Been Done Before. Like You've Never Been Done, Get Up remix. I thought it was an okay but it was number 9 for me. As I said, it was about a song that I think could have been, could definitely have been a little bit more could have been done. But maybe because I just didn't want Keith as much on this album, because I think the girls needed their time to shine. But that's just me. Yes. All right. Number 8, Stevie.
Just some concerning comments here in this chat. Some very concerning. Anyway, number 8. I like the production on this a lot. Maybe the song hasn't grabbed me too much. Again, when I hear them, I didn't realise, but I can hear it. I can hear it a lot more now. Maybe being older, but I'm just not convinced. Sexual Babies at number 8. That they were really into singing that song and them lyrics. They could, if they were here, they could prove me wrong. I don't know, but I do like the production though. It is very 95 with the vocoder in and the mid tempo of it. But yeah, number 8, Sexual Baby.
Okay. What is going on here? Number 8, Sexual Baby. Okay. And Matt put Lovely Thing at number 8. Oh, goodness. Hopeful put Lovely Thing at number 8. What did you put at number 8 today?
I put Lay My Body Down. I love.
You were complaining when I put it at number 9. And you're like, what? And now you put it at number 8.
It should be higher.
It should be what? By 1?
Yes. Love that song.
If you had your top 5, I would have said something.
Yes, I love Lay My Body. Yes. That would have been higher. That would have. I should have put it higher, but it's at my number 7. Yes.
It's at what, number 9?
At number 8.
Number 8. Wow.
She had a number 8. I had a number 9, and she was almost panicked as if I'd put it at number 7. Playtime asks, can somebody tell me why Kut Klose didn't have more albums? It was industry politics. They were in the studio with Missy Elliott and the Neptunes. They had Athena recording. Actually, I think they wanted to just do an Athena album. And because Tabitha recruited Athena and Levon and had influence and really wanted to make sure business was done right, I think the labels didn't like that, and they thought, we don't need them. I don't know. Tabitha's. It's been a while since I had the full interview with Tabitha, and she goes in detail. And at that time, it was so hard for Tabitha. You know what she did after they broke up? She had to work as a nanny for a rich a lawyer in Atlanta, because she couldn't get a job in public because people are going to ask what happened. So she got a job as a nanny because she had to feed her kid, her family. It was that hard. And I think sometimes we don't realize how tough it's with girls for some of these guys. All right. Number 7, Stevie.
Oh, number 7 already. Wow. What did I pick? I picked one of the singles, and listening back now, it really reminds me of SWV. I'm So Into You. It's got that vibe about it.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing because it was a good single. It had a good remix. Yeah. I do remember buying the 12-inch import when it came over. But Lovely Thing, it's a really good track. That it is a good track. Solid track.
Yeah.
So yeah, number 7 could have been a bit higher up, I suppose.
I was disappointed that they actually put that as their second single. They didn't do a video, but they put it as a second single. Mm-hmm. And I think there was 3 or 4 songs much stronger than that could have done much better. Okay. I've got my Chimpy's got his red card ready. Hopeful and Mark both put Sexual Baby. Okay, much higher. Dave, what did you do?
For number 7?
Yes.
I actually also have Lovely Thing.
Well, you've been looking at my top 10 a day. Have you been?
No.
I'm wondering.
No, I have Lovely Thing. I think I like Lovely Thing, but I like it better when they're just singing very slowly. To me, that's what I prefer.
Mm,
This is my favorite, but I love
yeah,
their ballads. I love their ballads.
yeah, I would say so. I just realized I didn't say my number eight. My number eight was "Keep On."
Hmm.
What?
Nice song. Yeah, "Keep On" was number eight for me. At number seven, goodness, am I sure I put this at number seven? Yeah, I did. Giving
What?
my love again.
Nandi.
I'm looking at it.
Give
I'm
him a red
thinking,
card, somebody. Give him a red card.
why did I put this at number
Dear,
seven? I just, I probably made. Oh, I see. I've made a mistake. It was no, sorry. It was not at number seven. Number seven was "Lovely Thing." I was just
Okay,
looking at what have I just?
good.
Yes, "Lovely Things" was number seven.
He's
Yeah, I
changing
was
this as he's
wondering
going
what.
along.
No, no, I'm not changing it as I'm good. You know what's happened because I've, you won't be able to see, but it's been written down
I
and
told
stuff.
you he
So I
was
was
cutting it
thinking about.
close tonight, didn't I? Cutting it close.
Yeah, so it's been written. Yes, it has been manic. Yeah. So number seven to me is. Do you know what I wrote down about "Lovely Thing"? That it sounded like. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. It sounded like Teddy did. It sounded like a Teddy Riley influenced track. Like, remember the one on Blackstreet, the "Giving You All My Love." It had that type of production, and I'm looking at. I was like,
Yeah, but
I wonder who
I
produced
think
it.
it has the vibe of the original SWV. I'm So Interviewed, the album mix, not the remixes. Brian Alexander
Yeah,
Morgan's kind of. I think they've heard that. They've heard SWV and they try to do something like that. But we'll never, unless you ask them that,
yeah,
we'll never know.
yeah. But it sounded like it was influenced by New Jack stuff. Now, yeah. So, but it was that type of stuff. But it, as much as it's a nice track and stuff, I didn't think compared to the rest of the album, it just felt a little bit out of. It didn't just feel. It was there, but it was a beautiful track
So
though.
Playtime's manager
Yes.
would have dated Athena back in the day. Oh, really? Oh, really?
Hey,
It might have been either before Keith, but when she was signed with Keith, that was Keith's. Okay, I have to be careful what I
Well,
say. Yeah,
well,
but
well, Nancy. Back,
oh,
back in the 90s, I would have asked you on a date. Go back to Athena there. And I would have asked you to dance back in the 90s, but that's a private joke, that. Don't worry, folks.
Yeah, but yeah, Athena, she was the voice, but I think there was. Yes, yeah, it's always hard to. I think it's nice to listen to the full interview with Tabitha, and she says about some of the challenges they had with preferences, where Keith probably preferenced Athena, her vocals and stuff like that. Yes, you could watch Athena and Keith on singing "Nobody" on. Is this? I think it was Apollo or Soul Train, and the video would probably sort of give you some ideas as to some work. Yes. Anyway, but number six, Stevie.
But number 6 already.
Well, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, but this is speculation. I'm just kidding. Allegedly, yeah, don't want to get sued or
So
something
your
like
number 7 was Lovely
that.
Thing. So what was your number
Yes.
7?
Lovely
Okay.
Thing.
So we all got Lovely Thing at number 7. Wonder if we can keep this going. Okay, my number 6 is the one with the big sample in it. I think it's the old. Yeah, it's the one with the big clear sample from Patrice Rushen. You remind me. Again, I loved this track at the time. Keep On, absolutely loved it. But listening back to it, it does sound to me when they're singing like they're just going through the motions on this, just going through the motions. It's just something. But again, back then I used to play this all the time. Now I'm like, But they wrote this track. This is one of the few tracks they wrote in the lyrics. So, but again, I do like it. it was in my top 5. It's gone up to it's fell out my top 5 and gone to number 6. So keep on. I do like the track though.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think as I said, just because of the sample, and I thought I, I'm watching. Yes, okay. So if you guys search Keith Sweat featuring Athena Cage, Nobody on Soul Train, um, yeah, I think. I mean, there are musicians and they're singers, so sometimes you can play act as you're performing. Um, it does look very, very, very real in how they act. So I have to give it to them. But you can watch this and you probably may have other thoughts about it. So
I mean,
yes,
we're talking about the way Keith Sweat, in a business manner, handled Kut Klose. Was it the same with Silk?
you mean did he?
Or was Silk
I
signed
think
to a completely different production deal? I don't know.
no, they were. I think what Tabitha said was that people, Keith got messed up when he signed his own deal, Entertainment. He lost a lot of his publishing and stuff without realizing, and so what was the common practice is like, okay, somebody took my money, so when I sign acts, I'll get it back, and then that becomes the chain. And so they Cut Close was signed to a 7 album deal. They had to give up half their publishing for only $1, when people were giving it up for $500,000 and stuff. And
I mean,
yes, it just
has
wasn't
there ever
great
been
for
a
them.
worse deal in music history than what you've just told me there, Namdi? They have to give up publishing for
Well,
$1. I mean, how bad is that?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yes.
And why did they sign it?
I thought you were exaggerating.
Because that was the only way you could get in. It's not like now where that was it. You had
They could have
no
went
other
the
option.
independent route and made a lot more money. They could have just thought, no, I'm not signing that.
no,
Let's go and get,
no.
come out independent and
No,
probably made some money.
no. Yeah, that could happen then, but that could happen now, but it couldn't have happened then. Okay, I need to, because I need to show everybody what I was saying here, because I think it just, I just saw it here, and we will talk over it while it's played. So when you guys are watching this, you can let me know what your thoughts are. If it does sound like, if it does look like, yes, I mean, does it look
Oh,
a little too tender?
Ooh.
So this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying, and I'm watching them perform, and I thought, oh, okay, this kind of looks, it does look like they're really feeling the song. And so, but you guys can let me know. Maybe I was exaggerating. Maybe I'm overthinking about it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well,
So that's what I saw.
you've got you've
but
got
I
an
think,
upcoming singer there like Athena. She's just been signed.
yeah, look at
And
this.
you've got the
Yeah.
legend Keith Sweat on stage. She's going for it. She's going for it, the girl.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was what I just saw when I saw the video, and I thought, oh, I wonder. I just wondered. It just seemed.
maybe
Well, I think the kiss on the nose was. I thought probably kind of went right. Wow, these guys are really good.
Mhm.
What's the comment is Silk the Shocker is the best rapper of all time. What? What? Is
No,
this
we'll talk about.
Silk the Shocker is the best rapper of all? Oh, dear me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, people are saying Keith is drunk on stage. I think Keith was playing around and stuff, but yeah.
Oh, he does
I
like a
will
drink.
say,
He does like a drink before he goes on stage. I've seen him backstage with a few. He likes
yeah.
likes a few of the bit of the hard stuff before he gets on stage.
Well, Hopeful says that there are other performers that don't have chemistry, so we have to give it to him.
Yeah.
Yes, and I have to be mindful because Keith does watch the show. You know, he has watched a couple of episodes, so I have to be careful
Come on,
what I
Keith,
say.
you're a big man. You're a big man. Surely you can. You're not going to
And
say what Namdi's saying, really.
yeah,
You know?
and he's just come out with a new Afrobeats
He
track
has.
featuring what's her name, Stevie? Because you've interviewed her,
King Maddie.
King Maddie. So check out. He's actually coming out with a full Afrobeats
Is
album.
it?
So J Hot did and J Hot did the mixing and engineering, but
Just a shame.
yeah,
Just a
so
shame
that,
he's jumped on it far too late.
yeah, but he's coming out with an R&B
He's now in
album next year.
unfortunately, in a downward spiral. It's too late, Keith. Should
Mm.
have done it before the pandemic when it was hot, when Afrobeats was really hot.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is where are we at now? I don't even know where we stopped.
We're at 6.
Number 6, Stevie. Number 6.
Hold on a minute. Ade, what was your number 6?
My number 6 is Do Me.
No, yours.
We're at number 6.
No, I don't think we've got this.
Yeah, I did my
Yeah,
number
Stevie, your
6.
number
His
6.
number 6 was Keep On. We didn't do a days.
Okay, mine is Do Me.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is Do Me.
Wow.
Okay.
And I like the beginning because the beginning reminds me of the beginning of Freak Me by Silk.
Yeah, well done. Yes, I was
I
gonna
love
say.
that. I love that.
Yeah, it definitely did. Yes, I was looking for where to have written it down here. That's it. Okay. Yeah, number 6 for me. Where's my number 6? Yes, giving you my love
Destroy the track,
again.
please, Namdi.
I think what I loved about these girls was their backing vocals. This album really, they really did. That's the one thing you recognize, and I think I just didn't give them that much credit on that. When I asked Brian Alexander Morgan, how come when he wrote the big tracks for SWV that you didn't have Taj and Lily doing oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah, why he didn't have Taj and Lily doing any of the songs. And it seems as if he was saying that SWV were known for their backing vocals, the girls, and then Lily and then Coco does the main singing. With this group, I like the fact that the girls, well, Levon sang some of the songs, but I also loved how they sang as a group as well. So yes. Yeah, Benson just mentioned that an activist, well, a conservative activist, just got shot and died in Utah, giving a speech, and just the fact that the world is such a sad place right now. Only music can bring us together to stop the hate.
I must admit, I don't know
No, me neither. But it's just a fact that
it does sound very bad. That sounds really bad.
Yeah. But anyway, yes. So yeah, we just pray for this. He's got married with 2 young kids. Chibbeat says they rotate their vocals, and that's probably why I appreciated Blackstreet with the vocal change, and even Total. My biggest concern with when a group just has one lead singer, say like Intro or High Five, is that the lead singer can say, well, think about En Vogue. They all mixed up and sang. So there wasn't, Dawn sang some of the big leads, hits that they had, but they all interchanged. And so that was my thing, is that I like the fact that even though Athena was their main singer, but Levon and Tabitha did trip in and stuff. Yes. Top 5 now, Stevie.
Ooh. God, my top 5 did change quite a bit in the last days. I think this was at number 6, and I had to thought, no, it's got to go in the top 5. Lay My Body Down. I think it's a brilliant track. It got a lot of plays on pirate radio in Manchester.
Oh, are you serious? You had it at number 5. Wow.
No, at number 6. I moved it
to
number
6.
5.
Okay, you had it that high up.
It's at number 5 now. It might have been further up, but it might have moved it from 4 to 5 or 6 to 5, one or the other. I can't remember. But I do think it's a solid mid-tempo. You could play this in a warm-up set in a club. It's a good track. It's a solid track. lay my body down.
I agree. Solid track.
Okay.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. What did you get there, Mr. Day? Sorry, Mr. Day. A day.
My number 5 is Keep On.
Keep
Yeah, my
on.
number 5 is.
Dum 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 dum. Who had that sample? Was it the Mary?
Patrice Rushen.
No, I know she had the original, but the Marys have it in
Faith
anything.
Evans. Faith Evans used it on her debut album.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just sometimes some of the samples, if you're the first to use it, then I'll give it to you. But sometimes I think some hip hop artists, I wonder if Ice Cube or somebody, I think it just was like I've heard this too many times. So that's why the sample I just didn't, I just, I felt like I'd heard the song so many times, even though I hadn't. Okay, Mary,
Yeah,
did you
you
did
remind me.
remind me? Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and falling in love. So I think the samples used so often that it just became stuff like, yeah, goodness, Junior Mafia, I need
And
you
to be
tonight.
fair,
Yeah.
none
I-
of them are as good as the original.
mm,
None of them can touch the original Patrice Rushen.
yeah,
You
yeah,
go back and listen to the original Patrice Rushen.
yeah. And I think that's the thing you have to do with when you're doing a sample, is that you may have a sample like the Barges
A
A
Dream. Yeah.
Dream, which was sampled by Biggie and others. In a way, it's such a good sample that anyone that does it's good. But the Patrice Washington one, I think you could only have one and stuff. So that's
That
why.
Patrice Rushen originally is just magic, absolute. In fact, the album it's from is just unbelievable. If you've not heard the album, it's
Mm,
classic 80s soul
yeah.
album.
Yes. Oh, what?
Yes.
Number 5.
Yeah, run your number 5
My
now.
number 5. I make you surrender to my
What?
darling David.
Oh,
Yes.
Namdi,
I make you surrender.
dear me, man.
Yeah, that's number 5. Yeah. I mean, as I said, from number 6 all the way up to number 2, it could have been, it could have gone anywhere. So surrender, maybe because surrender was played so often, and stuff. I think if I hadn't listened to the album recently, I probably would have had surrender up there.
Don't you feel that track? Don't you feel it hit you in the
Literally.
guts when you listen to it?
I do, but it's at number 5. Out of we've done 11. Oh my right, red card. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's only 4 more tracks. So it's yeah. Okay, what's number 4 for you, Steve?
I originally had this at number 1, then I pushed it back to number 3. I don't know why, and now it's found its way at number 4. I couldn't decide where to put this. If this was 1995, it'd probably be number 1. But I paired "Get Up on It" and the remix together at number 4.
Okay.
Paired them both together at number 4. Because I think the other 3 tracks that are coming, I don't know, they're just amazing. But "Get Up on It," the original is amazing. Like I say, if this was 95, it'd be number 1. But it's 2025 now, 20 years on. It's a tough one because you're talking about my club memories here of this track and radio memories. But it's a huge single at the time, huge track.
Okay. A day. What about you?
Well, we're tied again.
Oh
I
god,
Get Up on It, the original.
she's been cheating, Namdi. She's been cheating. She's had access to my files.
This is my list. Yes. Or Get Up on It. I absolutely love yes. I love Get Up on It. I love it. Classic.
Be interested to see where your last 3, because I know what your last 3 are now. I know what they are. I don't know what numbers you've got them at.
Okay. Well, for me, number 4, I'm surprised you guys didn't rate this at all, but I thought this was, it could have been higher. but
Mm.
I loved how it started. I loved the production. I loved the backing vocals. Don't change,
Wow.
baby. Don't play it safe.
It's a bit bland, man.
Oh,
You're such a
man.
bland
I thought
choice,
it.
mate.
I'm listening to
So
this. I'm
bland.
thinking this sounds like SWV. It sounds like Uptown. I was like, wow, this is. Why didn't this could have been a this could have been a second single?
No,
Yeah.
no. You have a, you do this every week. It's the chord changes in tracks. You go for like really
No, but
bland
I
chord.
think
chord.
I
Now you
think
do,
these are
Andy. I sorted
radio
it out.
friendly tracks. The tracks that really will think about when Changing Faces had the stroke you up and stuff. I think this would have been like, wow, don't change. I loved it. I definitely loved the. I was like, wow, look at yeah, beautiful production, beautiful singing. Love the whole vibe of it. I'm surprised you guys kept it so low. Wow, scandalous, scandalous. She's so scandalous.
Very
You
bland.
guys are so scandalous. Okay. All right, Stevie, we're top three now.
Um, this was originally out of my top five. I think it was in my first draft. It was at number 6, and I thought, no, listen to it again. And when I listened to it again, I thought, nah, this is easily could be number 1, but it's found its way. It's number 3. This is for the hardcore soulers. There's a track. There's a certain sound, especially on the next 2 tracks in my list, that go back to around 1985 to a track by this girl that Keith Sweat produced called Roberta Gillingham. She did a track called "All I Want Is My Baby." Now, there's just these remnants of that track that I can hear in the next 2 tracks, especially. Not the groove. There's just 80s, just this feel to it that it just reminds me of that. But at number 3, I've got "I Like," and it's a killer track. It really is a killer track, that. But it kind of does. It's got that Roberta Gillingham vibe to me, the 80s vibe. On this album, the beats are very 90s, but the melodies and there's little things going on that are very 80s soul that take me back to the 80s. So "I Like" is at number
Okay.
3.
Okay. Yes. A day. What did you put down as?
I didn't even know what I didn't know. Okay, now I'll wait to say that when we're done. But I have "Surrender" at number 3.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I had surrendered 5, and you guys, everyone was.
It's top 3. It is definitely top 3. That.
Yeah.
Easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. This means I don't know that from okay. Top 3. Okay. So I make you surrender. Yeah, it's definitely a nice track and stuff like that. I think sometimes what happens is that when I'm doing an album review, the songs that I probably would have forgotten about, and I listen to them, say, "Oh, that was a good track," and they stick out to me more. Because if I was in an album review without studying the album, I would always have the main songs that everyone knows. I'll put them in there. Okay, here's top 4. Put them down. Then I'll look for the rest as fillers. But because I'm like reacquainting myself with the album, so when we're doing Keith Christopher Williams in a week or 2 weeks time, I've started listening to it, and there's songs that might push some of the more popular songs off it. So that's why, as I said, with this, some of my songs are reflected the fact that I haven't heard them in a long time, and I realized how good the song is. So we've done number 3. So my number 3 is, and I think I love with this one, I love the back and forth, and I love the "do me right, do me right." So "Do Me."
What?
I love "Do Me." Do me right,
Wow.
don't. I'm just listening to "Do me, baby." And I love that. I said, who did the backing vocals? Backing vocals was Emmanuel Officer and Kut Klose. Wanna do you like you can blonde? Do you still? Oh my goodness! How come you guys did
I
not
think the
like
fellas,
the song?
the
How
fellas
did you?
very
What did
high
you
up
put
here.
Do Me as Day?
Doomy was 6 for me. I love Doomy though. It's a great song. I can see why. I love Doomy. Yeah.
I
What?
just love the whole back and forth. I love backing vocals. That was something about the '90s. That was Uptown.
Hmm.
Uptown had the best backing vocals, and that was okay. TMB Do Me is number 3. It's in my top 3. They had Uptown had the best backing vocalists like their songs and stuff like that. So this album, oh, good songs that have, and that's what we missed today. So Do Me, that number 3.
Hmm.
Yes. All right, Stevie. What's number 2? What,
Oh, it's like your chart's like back to front to mine. It's like it feels like a back, you know.
yeah, and you've been
Very
you
good.
today are very similar to stuff. Where's my number 1? Okay. Yes. Okay, Stevie. What makes number 2 for you?
I like at number 3, and I really feel that these are they just feel like cut close. This is these next 3, 2, and 1. They really feel. I'd say 3 and 2 definitely. I, they're believable to me. What they're singing about, the way they're coming across. I must admit, when I looked at the track list for this album, and I'd not played it in a long time. And when I looked at the title of this track, I thought, what's that? I don't know if I remember that. But when I played it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what? This is just, it's so stood the test of time. And I don't think anyone's going to talk about it, but number 2 is Giving You My Love Again. Oh my God. Oh, it's a very sophisticated track, that. It's the more soulful one on the album, but great track.
Okay. Okay.
Really stood the test of time for me.
Okay. 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 Wow. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
Absolutely.
It could have been number 1. Could have been. It's that good for me. It's that good.
okay. That's definitely a beautiful song. Yes, definitely a beautiful song. A day. What about you? What's
My
your number
number
2?
2 is I probably say I like Surrender, Get Up on It. Like I probably hear one of those songs every day. Every day. They stay playlist. So yes. I love, oh my gosh. Like Stevie said, like this is cut close. Written all over it. This is cut close. I like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely beautiful song. Um, number 2 for me. Um, I wonder now. It between number 1 and 2 to me were challenging. Um, I wonder why I switched it to number 2, but I think I'll keep it at number 2. And for me, it's if you really want it. Um,
See, now you're talking,
now
Nam. Now
you
you're
got
talking. You brought it back
to
now.
get up on it. I think the Keith was just in his element with the production. Now, get up on it. Yeah, was it back in book? Keith, did he produce it with Fitzgerald Scott? I don't know who Fitzgerald Scott is, but he wrote it and co-produced it with Keith Sweat. But I think it was such a vibe. I wonder. I think it was only bettered by Twisted when he comes with the duet with them and Keith.
Mm-hmm.
But Get Upon It was definitely a good introduction to Cut Close because he says it now something for the fellas. And if you watch the video, they start to introduce themselves: Tabitha,
Mm-hmm.
Lathina, Levon,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're in freeze, and then they're singing it. I was like, oh, okay, Keith's doing his thing because he came out with Silk the first way, and it was like Cut Close. And Kia Records were they had a sound, they had the whole thing, but these girls were not treated right, and that's why they didn't continue like Silk. But Get Up On It number 2 for me.
There's a nice picture of them there in
Yeah,
the CD inlay.
three
Very nice.
beautiful women. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
And there's another one as well.
Yes. Okay. I like his fire. Yes. Okay. So, Stevie, before you get to number 1, give us your rundown.
You know what? I started number 10 with Do. I'll re-listen to that again. Maybe it could have been higher up. Number 9, I got Don't Change. Again, it depends what mood I'm in with that track. Number 8, Sexual Baby for the production. Number 7, the single Lovely Thing or Lovely Thang. Number 6, Keep On. They could have released that as a single. Number 5, Lay My Body Down. They could have released that as a single. Number 4, I think they only released 2 singles from this album, actually.
Yeah. Well, they released. I was looking at it. Hold on.
They released I Like.
I Like.
Surrender.
Lovely Thing was released as a single, but not a video.
Yeah.
And then Surrender was the third,
right.
and then that was the end.
Okay.
Such a shame.
Number 5, Lay My Body Down. Number 4, I tied Get Up On It with the Light You Never Get Up On It remix. Number 3, I Like. Number 2, Giving You All My Love Again. And number 1, I don't know, at the last minute I changed. I moved Get Up On It and I put this at number 1 just because it's just the way it makes me feel. And I still have that feeling from when I heard it for the first time back then, and it used to floor me, this track. Just, it's a very deep, drooning production, deep, drooning slow jam. Goes real deep, digs real deep in there. But I'll make Surrender is my number 1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, boy, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Like, go on. Yes.
Timbits, you know, the album is said to have just crept past gold, but I think,
Do you know there's a Mucho remix of I Surrender, Namdi? Mucho did a remix.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I didn't hear that one. But I was just answering Chimbit because Chimbit was asking, did the album go gold or platinum? And the album just passed gold. But I think Warner Brothers held back, and the same thing they did with Intro. Intro's debut album also just was given a gold certificate, which should have been double plat. It should have been at least platinum. I think this album, for how it sounded, I think it did sell over 1 million. But sometimes they use those numbers to say you haven't hit your numbers, and we're not going to release another one. Yeah. So, as I said, they did them dirty. Okay. A day. You're number 11 down to number 1.
My number 11 is Get Up On It remix. Number 10 is Sexual Baby. Number 9 is Don't Change. Number 8 is Lay My Body Down, which should have been higher. Lovely Thing is number 7. 6 is Do Me. 5 is 4 is Get Up On It. 3 is Surrender. 2 is I Like. And number 1 is the song that I discovered this year. And I was like, wait, start that over. Let's run it back. Let's play it again. I need to hear that one more time. Giving You My Love Again. That's my number 1 because more people should listen to it. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. Absolutely.
See, Namdi, that proves my point. What did I say before? That track, and you're hearing it as a 22-year-old for the first time, and you put it at number 1, so it proves my point. It stands out. It stood the test of time, that track.
I would say that actually, as I mentioned, and I started off in the beginning, that this was probably, of all the lists I've had to do, this has been the hardest one to do, because apart from, number 11 for me was Sexual Baby, and number 10 was Lay my body down. It's just because I've been listening to it so often. But outside of that, the rest I was just pushing it around because that's why this album to me was an amazing album and the songs were so close. So a number three and then a number one is very little different. Number nine was Like You've Never Been Done. That was a Get Up remix. Number eight was Keep On. And just because of the sample that I've been listening to so often. Seven was Lovely Thing, which I thought was out of place, but it sounded good. It reminded me of a Teddy SWV song. And so from number six down to number one, very little difference. I would say that it was point 0.5 of a difference between everything. But number six, I had Giving You My Love Again. Number five, I had Surrender. So very no different, nothing in them. Don't Change. I loved it. I just loved it because it was new. And I think my list was based on the fact that actually some of these songs I hadn't heard for 10 plus years. So I'm listening to it again now. I'm thinking, oh, I like this. As opposed to somebody like Chimbeats who's been listening to it a lot and then could, number three, I said number five was Surrender. Number four was Don't Change. Number three was Do Me. I just loved the whole interchange and stuff like that. It reminded me of Subway and 702.
Oh right, yeah, this little game we
Remember
play.
this?
Yes.
Yeah. That whole little back
I
and
can see your
forth.
point. I can see your point on that. Definitely. Yeah.
It was just unique. We didn't get that many male female groups doing that thing. Number three, yeah, Do Me. Number two was Get Upon It, and goodness, the production of this is the production of this is Goodbye Love, Forever My Lady, that type of bump and grind. This was doom doom doom. I like once it starts, Athena's voice on this. I like is number one for me. It has definitely been the song that I listened to it. In fact, when you watch the video, if you see how Athena is smiling as she's singing, it just feels warm. You could visualize the video and you just feel as if they're having fun, they're loving this song, and it makes you love the song.
It's a great choice. It's a great choice.
Yeah, and normally as I said, I used it for the promo video, but it was their most memorable song. So when you think of Kut Klose, comes this like the first thing that you hear. Athena's voice is lovely and stuff like that. Yes, it's a great stroke. Yes, it is a nice video. So I was my number one. But as I said in the beginning, it was the hardest album to rank because I think the songs were too close. I would wonder, Stevie, out of a 10, what would you rank this album? What would you give it out of a 10?
Ooh, it's got to be, it can't be below 8. Is it 8, 9, or 10? I'm going to go for 8 out of 10. Maybe 8.5.
Okay. And Dave, what would you give this
Y'all know
album?
I love everything. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Wow. I thought about it when I was driving this evening, and I thought about it just as I'm listening to it, and it's definitely an 8 for me. And Matt gave it a 7. Chimbeats gave it a 9.
Come on.
No
way it's below 8.
So Grace gave it 8.5.
No way.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, so 8.5, 9.5 on a good day. I think it's a minimum of an 8, just because the production, just because vocally, just because of their backing vocals, it was such a massive. When we think about albums that go double platinum, triple platinum, why this didn't blow up is label management and stuff. and if they had had a second album, I think people would have appreciated them more. You know,
Mhm.
but it is what it is. I mean, then they bounced back and they twisted, and that's when they should have had their second album. Um, it's just a pity. All right, so this was it's strange because this is, even though this album had 11 songs, it was a 50-minute album, and our episode today has just been under an hour and 10 minutes.
That's good.
Um,
That's good.
yes, a nice little short one. We're not around this weekend because some of us are going to enjoy life in Vegas, and others. So, of all of us, Day, you're the one who has the best opportunity to see some of the biggest, some of our favorite artists because you live in the States. Who are you going to be seeing this
I
weekend?
will be seeing my queen, Janet Jackson.
Wow.
Oh my
I'll be seeing
goodness!
her this weekend for the third time. I love her. It's like,
Wow, my goodness, Stevie, you had a chance to see in Manchester, but
I saw in Birmingham in 1990. Rhythm Nation tour. There you go. Let me just drop that one in there when she was at her peak. I'll just drop that in there for you.
goodness.
Yeah.
Wait, she was at her peak. Yes, I've never seen the Jacksons at all. And was she touring this? Oh, was she? Where was she? No, she didn't come to Milwaukee when I was in Milwaukee, and when I lived in LA, I didn't see her. So I've never got to see. Oh no, I would say that after, even if she had come to LA, I wasn't. After the Janet album, I didn't really. I think Velvet Rope was probably the last album I got from her.
Mhm.
We just had so much music that, unless you did something spectacular, and I think after the Velvet Rope, unfortunately, because of the Super Bowl stuff that she was set up on, that she I wouldn't say she got cancelled, but she got as close as you could
Yeah.
get, and she was just no longer mainstream, and they did her dirty with stuff like that. But um, I appreciate Janet more now than I did in the mid 90s. In the mid 90s, there was just so much good music that yeah. So well done to going to see that. Um, I hopefully, I don't even know who we're going to see here in the UK, Stevie,
Mhm.
but you know we can only dream. But guys, join us this time next week for a very special um, birthday edition, and I'll say no more. But we're gonna have a birthday edition and a special album, a surprise album that we're going to review next week. So on the 17th, next week, Wednesday. And then the three of us are going to be back on just get that right, on the 24th. Was it 24th? Was it 22nd? 21st? I can't remember now. But the three of us
But
are
the
going to be
four of us, because
back.
it'll be, I think VJ's going to join us for the Christopher Williams,
Okay.
because that's one of his favourite
But
albums.
anyway,
That.
we'll be back on the 21st to do Christopher Williams' Changes album. Change, is it Changes or Change album?
Yeah.
Um, Changes album. Who knows? We may even get Christopher to join in.
Jim Beats,
But
episode 9 is coming this Sunday. I've not even filmed episode 10 yet, but episode 9 is filmed. It will be premiered this Sunday at 4 p.m.
Yes. But guys, we appreciate everything. But just before we go, Ade is taking it to another level. She got to watch Karen White perform, and she got to interview her, which I haven't done. I mean, I've done it over Zoom, but I've not sat down next to the great woman and actually had a hug from her. But what was it like seeing her? I know you changed your hair to match her 1988 album, but like a little mini me version. But hey,
It was nothing short but amazing. Like I wanted to cry, but I love that Namdi just reminded me you can't be starstruck. You have to be professional. So I was, and oh my gosh, I'm just speechless. She was amazing, so down to earth, made me very comfortable, and also her manager Derek, and we had fun in her dressing room along with her makeup artist. Got to see her doing sound check and performing and signing things with her fans, and just she's amazing. I love her.
Like you say, you did well, because it's dealing with, if you're really into an artist and dealing with that feeling of being starstruck.
Yeah.
I felt it. I remember being in with VJ, was in the Dorchester Hotel in London, and Jodeci turned up, and I'm stood next to Devontae. You know what I mean? I'm like, VJ's going, ask him something. I'm like, I don't want to say to him. You know, I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
He's chatting away like this. He's going away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say to him. What do you say? It's Devontae.
yeah,
One of the greatest, one of the best 90s producers of all time in front of me. You're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know how Namdi does it. I don't know how you do it every single week.
No, I'm on. Well, people will be surprised to say the only person who's let me starstruck was Tammy Lucas, the very first, because I had never seen her talk other than seeing her in a few videos, and it was on her birthday when we had the interview, and I didn't realize it was her birthday. On only about a couple of hours that I saw people wishing her happy birthday, and I'm thinking, oh, that means this interview is not going to happen. And even on her IG page, she doesn't even put a picture. She doesn't put anything. So I didn't know how she looked like. And so she's sitting in front of me, and I was pinching myself to think, is she really there? And most of the questions I should have asked, I forgot everything, because I was like, wow, this is Tammy. I was checking, is this recording? I hope it's not going to, it was surreal. Now, I'm talking about of all the, many other people. Sometimes I can look at them, Eddie Leverts or stuff, and think, okay. But Tammy was the one that really got me out of some stuff. But that's different. When you see them face to face, it's kind of weird, because you're like, do they look at, because when I see Blackstreet, or whoever's seen John B, you met up with him, or Chucky Booker, and it can be a little bit weird, but I tend to have those easy. I've never interviewed them, but I have real life conversations with them. So what you did is quite different. So I've got to appreciate you.
I mean, the most surreal situation was when I did get to interview Teddy Riley, and it was after this gig, and he was signing. It was like a meet and greet situation for him and Blackstreet. So I'm stood there. He's sat on this couch, and he's getting up, doing all these photographs. Then in the corner was Blackstreet and Dave Hollister. So I'm looking at Teddy, and then the door opens and Keith Sweat walks in. You've got Dave Hollister and Blackstreet. You got Teddy there and Keith Sweat, and I'm like, Keith Sweat's just walked past me, and he's got a drink in his hand. He's like, Sweat, you know what I mean? I'm stood there waiting to it. Oh, it's the most surreal thing that I've ever experienced. My hand was shaking. I was like, it's out of control. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what you'll go through, though, if you get these opportunities. But they always say, don't meet your idols. And it must be because you build them up so much in your head that actually when you meet them, you've built them up so much, haven't you? It's, do they live up to that expectation of what you've got in your head?
Yeah.
I don't know. You are disappointed sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, the artists, they're meeting all these people that are just going goo gaga over them. And it's like, how do they feel? Must be hard for them.
Yeah. I think it depends on, and I think it when you act as if I don't know. When I lived in LA, when you act as if you don't care, they're like, I wonder who this person is. It's different when we're interviewing. Um, I think it would be weird for me if I had moved, if I came to the States and saw most of these artists face to face. It would be very awkward. Like, wow, goodness, I'm finally meeting you. It'll be so much. But anyway, Chimby, yes, yeah, do check out Stevie's interview with Teddy. Is on his channel. But also, I think one of your best ones, Stevie, was your interview with Faith
Oh, that
Evans.
I love
Yeah, yeah, tell them about your interview with Faith
that.
Evans.
That again, I winged it. There is another thing you can do a day. My best advice to you: if you go to like a gig or a concert, right, to watch somebody and you've not got an interview lined up, the end of the gig, this is a trick that I always use, and I'll put it. I don't know if it, no, you know what? We'll talk about this offline. Yeah.
Yeah, but just tell them about the interview with Faith Evans, just about how that was.
I guess
Not how you got it, but how.
all right, I'll miss all the bit out because I literally winged that, and
Yeah.
I remember saying to her the first thing that came out of my mouth was, again, this wasn't on the interview. I said, I've got something of yours, and I don't know if you've got it. And she goes, what is it? And again, I can't say publicly what that is, but she was like, what? And then she goes, you come here. And then I started the interview, and I think I threw her off because I was asking questions about Uptown, days in Uptown. She was like, wow, you know all this? I'm like, yeah, I know all this. So, and the manager was like, right, you can only have 5 minutes with her. And she's like, no, he's okay, he can stay. So it was, I got quite a bit out of her actually. It was good. Good.
Yeah. And that's probably one of the things that happens with interviews is that when you don't ask them the questions that everybody asks them, it's like, okay, you just ask them, and because they've been interviewed. How's Devante, or how is it being on Uptown? You're just like if you ask them the scandalous questions, it's like, man, I'm tired of that. That's why Mary hates those interviews, or Beyonce. But when you start talking about, asking them about, or tell them stuff that no one knows about, hidden stuff, it's like, oh, how did you know about that? Where did you find that out? Then they're curious about that, and they drop everything, and so that's it. You've got to be different than when everyone else is. Everyone that talks to Rodney Jerkins asks him about Michael Jackson. I don't think I've only asked him about. He's brought it up, but I've never said, oh, how's Michael? What was it like being around? Because that's the common thing. So I'll ask about, oh, Shantae's more. The song is like, oh, snap, I need to answer that. You just throw them in different directions because you want to show that you're different and stuff. That's why I love what you did with Karen. You told her that we all had our favorite songs. What was her favorite? So she was like, okay, that's interesting. No one asks about that because everyone always talks about Superwoman, and she was like, okay, that threw her. The fact that you were the same age when she came out with the album, that must be, I think that's surreal for her to think about it. You were her age when she was blowing up. What kind of pressure that must have been, what kind of life would she have had at your age, not being able to go anywhere and touring and stuff. And then what you did ask her about her music and all that stuff. So yeah, you did really well.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Speaking of Faith, Redman just released a new video featuring Faith and Kid Capri. Trent had a cameo. Hopeful, whose song was that? Was that, speaking of Faith, Redman it was Redman's stuff featuring Faith. I've just heard Kid Capri just released a new album and he's up for interviewing, so I need to follow up on that. All right, guys, it has been great. We will see you next week for our special birthday surprise, and outside of that, keep safe. Keep enjoying the music. So, guys, also please, Christopher Williams changed his album on the 21st, so listen to that rank, so you can rank it. That's another tough one. It's going to be another tough one. I've been listening to that and I'm struggling with that. All right, then we'll see you guys. Hold on, let me try and get the closing stuff here so we can end it. All right, we'll catch you guys. Take care.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
Somewhere in between
us, or even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No, okay.
They understand what Jonas Boys and men all
Play it.
and all these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all